Okay, guys, I'm going to talk about leveling up in this game, which in this game we mostly call building. So you're building your character up from the ground. So building hit points, you kill stuff in your HP range. So if you're 20 HP, you want to kill something that will take you up to 25, and then kill something that will take you up to 30, etc. And then you work your way up through the game. But leveling up in this game is very different than in other games. And it's also one of the reasons why this game is so good, because all the characters are different. You're not set into a path that's kind of laid out in front of you. You can do lots of different stuff. You can change your character. You can forget schools if you want and go a different route. But this is how we calculate how to get levels in schools over here. So this guy's a 25 intellect character. He's a three schooler. I talked about three schoolers a little bit in that character creation video. But so he's going to be a master of three schools. You can see up here I've got examples for a 10 intellect character, a 20 intellect character, 25, and 50. So this is the 25 intellect character, and he's going to be 556. So 5 in one school, 5 in one school, and level 6 in a third. So he's going to be a Core 6, Cronan 5, WC 5. So the way this is going to work is in any level, the way you are eligible for the next level, so I guess you level up or whatever, is that you need a certain percentage combined of your top 3 skills or spells in that level. So if I'm starting out at WC1, this guy has block, which is level 1, dodge, which is actually level 2. I suggest you buy level 2 because it's good to start. You can buy this at the character creation screen, and it's good to get a jump start on this. And then slash level 1. So in order to get a third, I can go by mace fighting in Kornath, which I'm going to show you guys in a bit. So it's making it a little bit more complicated, but it makes sense. So anyway, this guy would be getting out of Raza with block and slash, and then I would go by mace fighting, and those would be my 3 level 1 skills. So when I get to a certain percent combined of those 3 skills, I'm eligible to buy level 2. And then in order to be eligible to buy level 3, I'll need a certain percentage, or a certain combined percentage of my top 3 level 2 to get to level 3. And it just keeps going and going and going. So this guy is 25 intellect. I already said that I listed out his schools right here. And the way it works is that the final level for any character, no matter what their intellect, the final level they can buy, they can achieve, is going to be, it's going to require 99 in 3 spells or skills of the previous level. So, for example, if I'm building a pure fighter, so just Cronan and weapon craft, in order to buy level 5, or level 6, excuse me, that character is going to need 99% in all 3 level 5 spells. Okay? If I have a 50 intellect character over here, that's a 5566, so level 5 in one school, level 5 in another, level 6 and level 6. The last level that character can buy before he maxes out his levels is going to be combined 99% in 3 things from the previous level. So if this guy's going to be a Farron 6, if Farron 6 is going to be his last level, he's going to need 99 in 3 level 5 Farron spells. So you start with that 297, which is 99 times 3, and then for each level you subtract 14. So you can see that's the chart going down here. And if you do it like that, you can work it out so you know exactly what percent you need for whatever level. So if this guy's 25 intellect, and I work out how many levels he's going to be able to buy throughout the process of building him, I get down to WC2 as the first level that I buy. And at WC2, I need 129% in order to be able to buy, or in order to be able to be eligible for level 2. So that means that once I buy mace fighting in Kornath, which I'll show you, I need 129 combined between block, slash, and dodge to be able to buy level 2. And then when I have level 2 and I want to buy level 3, I'm going to need, for level 3, I'm going to need 143% combined. And then it keeps adding 14 and getting harder and harder. And that's one of the reasons why most people suggest building one school at a time, because you kind of knock it out, and then start from the bottom of the next school, and then knock it out, and then start from the bottom of the next school and knock it out. as opposed to doing them all bit by bit, so that at the end you're finishing, you have all of your work at the hardest spot. So you're finishing, like my last couple levels would be getting Krenan 5 and then Core 6, and it's really expensive at that point. I don't know if this is making sense. It will if you play the game enough, but I'm just going to kind of move on. Okay, so using this chart, you can figure out what you need. You could insert in here a 5 intellect character here to the left. That would be one less level. So their first level would not be 171, but it would be 185. You could do a 38 intellect character, which would be one more level above this guy, would be a 566, and that means that you would add a level down here. So his WC2 would be 115 instead of 129. I want to make a point right here about 50 intellect. So you can see this 50 intellect character. It keeps going down to where his first, and this is where it breaks the rules. It goes 101, 87, 87, 87. So the first couple levels of a 50 intellect character are really easy to get. So this would be something you might want to consider if you're really short on time. You don't care that much about having like the most aggressive stats or the best stats for the end build, but you want to just make the front loading really easy. You want like a really cheap 50 or 60 HP character that you can get a couple spells in and just run around and have fun and not be too invested in it. You can do a 50 intellect character and blow through the first couple levels really easily. So that's always a consideration if you're looking for like to have fun in the mid game and you're not super worried about finishing a character all the way and getting it fully built. I'll come back to half builds in a minute. So that should give you guys a good idea of what you're trying to do. You're trying to kill stuff and get hit points while also building up these skills and spells. Well, hopefully just skills. Hopefully you're just working on WC in the beginning, and you can, once you get to like WC3 or WC4 and you have some money in the bank from killing stuff, then you can start buying the spells you want and start doing that as you wish. Couple points I want to make over here, like goals. One is to get to 25 HP and leave Raza. 2 would be to get to 30 HPs, at which point you're attackable. People can kill you. But you can also join a guild, which is like what we call clans or gangs, pretty much. And that's really helpful because then you're playing with you're with other players who have your back and can help you get through stuff and figure the game out. At 40 HPs, you can join a faction. So there's 3 different factions, and you can join them and then leave them and go to the other one. But basically what they do is they help you hit harder or have better spell power, but really it's for building. So they help you improve and build faster. So if you're doing weapon craft and hit points, you want to be Jonas. He helps you improve weapon craft faster and hit harder. If you're doing Pernan or Core or Regia, you want to join Duke. He helps you improve more if you're building those schools. And then Princess would be Farron or Shalil. If you're building those, you want to join her because she'll help you improve faster. And again, those improvements mean that you're gaining percentages faster, which means you get to the next level faster. And then at 75 HP, I'm pretty sure at 75 HP, it might be 80, you can get a faction shield, which is you get a shield, you go do a quest for those faction leaders, and they give you a shield, and that shield not only adds to your stat points a little bit, but it makes you able to fight other characters who are also innocent. So white named players can fight other white named players if they have shields. So it's a fun part of the game where you can get into killing enemies and just good PvP. Okay, so we talked about stats, how stats break down, and using this, you guys should be able to figure out exactly what level or what amount of percent you need for the next level. I want to talk about, before I go show you guys Kornoth, I want to talk about half builds real quick. So we'll go over to Hosni. So Hosni is a character I have, and I'm making a few videos running around attacking people and getting killed with Hosni. But a point that I really want to make about this game, and a point that I think makes this game a lot more fun than other games, is that you don't need to be fully built to have fun fighting in this game. So if I'm going out on Hosni is 120 HP, and he's WC2, and he's maxed on levels. He's got 5 Krenan, 6 Core, 6 Regia, 4 Farron. He could still get 30 more HP, so he's not maxed HP. But if I'm running around and I'm casting blind on people, I'm using Regia, I'm using Farron 4, like Fireball, Firewall. A lot of this stuff you could be doing, you could be just as effective with way less of a built character. So if we over here we have Hosni Mubarak from the alternate universe, and we'll just say that instead of building 120 HP, like you don't have the time. You got to 70 HP. Okay, you got to 70 HP. You don't need illusion. You don't need the Regia stuff. We're gonna totally get rid of. I'm just gonna blank it out because I don't want to mess up the spreadsheet. You're not gonna worry about building Regia. You don't need Core 6. You don't need Gaze. You don't even really need Blind. So let's say we have right here we have a 70 HP WC2 Kernan 5 Core 4 Farron 4, like a half built character. Not even Kernan 5. We can go down to, this stuff is all well and good. Eagle Eyes is really important, but you can still be effective with, Kernan 3. You're not going to be as effective, but a character like this, you could be running around and do a lot of damage with a character like this. If you're fighting fully built characters only, if you're running into a 5v5 with fully built characters who've been playing this game for a long time, then yeah, you're going to be at a pretty big disadvantage. Although you would still be effective there. You're not going to be great, but you could still do a lot of damage depending on who's quicker with targeting people and casting spells or whatever. Because a lot of PvP, again, it's how quick you are. It's not just how built your character is. But let's say you and a couple friends have characters like this. You can jump into this game, get about 30 or 40% through building a character, and still be able to fight. So this is not a game where you have to get to the end and get fully built to have fun, or to get involved with people, or to start killing people that are talking trash or whatever. And that's just a point that I really want to try to drive home. You don't need to grind all the way to 150 HP. You can get up in the 70s, 80s, 90s where you can take a few hits and then work on stuff where you can attack people, that puts you in a position where you can do some damage, like, Farron 4, or even just like WC3. And if you have Core 4, you can hold people and hit them really hard. 70 characters with 70 HP, WC3 still hit really hard. They can still take down a built character if they catch that built character in a bad spot, or that built character is just really bad at playing the game. Some people are just really bad at playing the game, and it's fun to kill them with a character that's way worse than theirs. All right, so that was me talking about Hosni Mubarak from the alternate universe. So now I'm going to show people where to buy the skills for weapon craft. So the rest of this video is just going to be me going through the portal from Raza and finding Kornath. So if you know how to do that, then stop watching. We're going to pretend that we got this guy 25 HP. We went through and we killed a bunch of stuff, and we got a couple percents in block. Every time you improve block, it goes up a percent. We got a couple percents in slash. So we're ready to leave Raza. We're going to go up here and head out through the portal. And it put us in Meridian again, just like my other video. So we are going to run from Meridian to Kornath. And if you don't know how to do that, it's not a big deal. Just broadcast for somebody. Type B down here. I know the resolution on these videos isn't that great. I'm trying to make it better, but type B space and then list where you are up here at the top of the screen. I'm in Meridian. I need help going to Raza, and some of you will come walk you there. And I'm just going to Kornath to show you guys who the master of weaponcraft is, who you buy levels from. And because, when you start out at character creation, you can start out and not buy dodge and just do block, slash, and mace fighting, which is okay. But I like to get dodge early because it just means that I get a couple percent in dodge while I'm building, which means I get to 99 dodge faster. But you don't have to do that. All right, so we're in Kornath right now. Rook is the guy that does weapon craft. He's in the northwest corner. You can see the sign for his shop is an axe. We're gonna go in here, and I want to buy level 2. Okay, I'm gonna say what's, I don't know if this guy even sells. Okay, so I said short sword fighting, which is a skill in level 2, and he says your mind is focused properly, and with drastically further progress in the previous weapon craft levels, you can learn short sword fighting. So drastically further progress. You can take that and go to this website, Gilroy's, and it shows you what range that is. So when the NPC says drastically further, that's going to mean like somewhere between 85 and 99%. That's how far off I am. Or you can do what I did and make that chart and know exactly what percent you need. Okay, so if I'm ready for level 2, I can come here and buy it. I didn't start off with mace fighting because I did dodge, right? So I need to buy my 3rd level 1. Got a level 1 there, a level 1 there. I need to buy my 3rd. So I'm going to buy mace fighting. So now I bought it. Level 1 mace fighting, 8%. I'm going to buy a few maces because if I'm using mace fighting, that's how I improve in it, right? You hit stuff with a mace and you get better at mace fighting. And so I'm going to go back to my chart. And this guy's 25 intellect, WC2, 129. I might want to put this here, WC2, 129. So I know that when I get block, mace fighting, and slash, when those things all equal 129, I'll be eligible to buy level 2. And then I can come back here, buy level 2, and start working level 2. And then when I get level 2 to 143, I can come back here and buy WC3. 157, WC4, 171, WC5. Then I'm done with WC5, and I can move on to spells. Hopefully by WC5 I'm around, 70, 80, 90 HP maybe. And then I can move on to Krenan too. I hope this helps you guys understand how leveling works in the game.